Hi, my name's James and well, let me say hello and welcome to the Hello Saxophone program. Glad you found us and congratulations, because you probably have one of those standing right beside you and you can't wait to get started with playing. So you came to the right place. We're going to teach you everything step by step that you'll need to know to play your own favorite tunes on the saxophone. And well, if you're ready, we are, so let's get started. Okay, step one is don't be intimidated by the saxophone. I know when you first look at this, it can look kind of intimidating with all those knobs and keys and you don't know what's what. Never be intimidated by it. The applicature, so all the knobs and keys, are there only to make it super easy for us to play. And you'll find that as we progress, the saxophone is a very easy and intuitive instrument to play. Now, the first step, of course, is to put it together. Because in your case it comes usually in two parts. So I'll take this out. Now you got this piece, the neck, and of course in my case here my mouthpiece is still attached. First step is to take this neck part and insert it into the horn. And you see this little metal pin and this ring here. And you should insert it in such a way that the ring is about at the center of this metal pin. And then you know you've got it right. Okay? And the next part is putting your mouthpiece together. Now that all starts with this, the reed. And a good thing to do is to take your reed, especially if it's a new one, and put it in some water. Soak it till about this part, about so deep. So the wooden part shouldn't be in the water, but this part should be submerged, and just submerge it for about maybe 30 seconds in some water so it's good and moist and so it can suck up some water. Then you pick up your mouthpiece. Mine's gold, yours probably black, but it's the same thing. And you take the reed and you put it on the mouthpiece. And what you want to do is you want to make sure it's about a hair's width under the top of this thing. So I'll try to make it clear. I don't know if it's about a hair's width underneath that. Okay? Then you pick up your binder. Of course you insert the whole thing over. And make sure this is about halfway. Check again if it's about a hair's width under the tip of your mouthpiece. And then use the screw or whatever mechanism you've got to make sure it's secure. Now don't put it on super tight, just if it's secure and it's firm, then you're good. Okay, and then once you've got your mouthpiece set up, then it's time for the last step, and that is, well, first you put some cork grease on your cork, and then you take your mouthpiece and you slide it on till about halfway, like this. And you're good, you're ready to play. Now, the next step, of course, is picking up your saxophone. Best to stand up, because breathing and blowing your first note is easier when you're standing. And always pick it up by the bell. So not by any of the keys, because you might bend something or break something. Always pick your saxophone up by the bell. Or if you want to pick it by the back, underneath this black button, or maybe it's a metal button with yours, you can grab it here. But never put any pressure on the keys, because you might bend something. Okay, so pick it up by the bell. Take your cord, put your cord around your neck first, and attach it to the metal ring on the back side, and then just let it hang. Don't touch it. Now, it should fall into your mouth automatically, so you adjust your cord so it falls automatically into your mouth, so you don't have to lift it up or anything. It should just rest comfortably against your belly on the downside, and the upper part should just fall into your mouth completely automatically. Okay? Then there's the question of where do you put your hands on the saxophone. Okay, so to begin, your left hand, which operates the upper side of the saxophone, your thumb is going to go on the thumb rest, on the black, sometimes it's a metal, but usually it's a black thing, on the black thing. And you use this button with it, this key. You won't use that yet, but This is where your left thumb goes. And then you'll see there's a number of keys. Now, sometimes this little key comes as a pearl, as a white round key as well. But sometimes it comes as a metal thing, so don't be confused by that. And your first finger goes here, and you operate these two with that. The second goes here, and the third goes here, so like this. And with your pinky, you operate these pinky platforms, as they're called. And in the beginning, it'll be kind of hard, but as you keep practicing, that'll get easier, trust me. Then for your lower hand, you'll find there's this hook, and that's where you put your thumb. It goes under, so the weight is supported partly by your thumb. Put that under, and then there's these keys, and your first finger goes on here. It's real easy. This goes there, here, and again, there's a little pinky platform, and that might be a little tough in the beginning, but you'll get used to it, trust me. So that's where your hands go. Okay, so then we come to another very interesting part, which is the embouchure, which is how you use your mouth. It's French for mouth pressure, I believe. And what you do is you put your teeth about halfway onto the mouthpiece, your upper teeth, like this. Of course, you should have adjusted your neck strap so it just falls into your mouth automatically when you're standing straight up, like this. And it should be stuck between your thumb, so don't use your other finger, just your thumb. You can push the saxophone forward a little bit, and when you put your teeth on and you push, it becomes kind of stuck. So now you can kind of move around, and that's what you want, because you want to be able to breathe easily, and you don't want to have it sort of fumbling around in your mouth. So you want it to be stuck between your teeth and your thumb. Not super firm, but just lightly so you can move around. So try to do this. And once you can just sort of do that, then you got it right. Now your teeth should go about halfway. So about halfway on the sleek part. Okay, so the lower lip, start by saying the word baby, but really exaggerate your pronunciation. You'll find that your lower lip goes inward a little bit, like over your lower teeth, but not all the way like but a little bit, so you create sort of a cushion over your teeth. And of course then you pick up the sax, put your upper teeth like we just talked about, and then lightly put your lower lip up against the reed. Put pressure from all sides, but try to keep your upper lip as relaxed as possible without, of course, letting the air out. And then just lightly from your belly blow into the saxophone, and you'll get your first note, like this. Try it. Now, something you'll probably find is that you'll get something like this. And it'll be sort of in between those notes somehow. And what happens is you're actually blowing too hard if you get this. Because you should be getting. But if you blow too hard on the saxophone, which most beginners do, because you don't have to blow so hard, you get an over note or an overtone, which is a note that's one octave higher than the note you're actually going for. So you're trying to go for this, and if you're an alto, then it's a little bit higher, but it's not that much higher. But if you get this, sort of a sharp sort of in between note, then you're blowing too hard. So not too hard, not hard enough. You want to really find that sweet spot in between where you get a nice clear so keep trying that and keep trying to blow that first note. And if you want to play the higher note, that's actually with this little button that you're using with your thumb. So that's actually a great first exercise. So just spend a little time to try to make your first note steady. Sort of, it won't get super steady just yet, but Try to get a steady note. And then try to play the same note with the octave key. Because that helps with really finding that sweet spot where you get a nice stable note in the higher register and in the lower one. So that concludes your first lesson. While you're practicing, dive into the book, read through the first chapters, and we'll see each other again in lesson 2. Bye!